Welcome to the YetiRadio.com.
Don't fuck it up.
See? Welcome to the YetiRadio.com. I'm the Yeti, and tonight we have Escape the Hive. They're trying to get out of the hive, and we're going to get them out of it tonight, right here on the Yeti Radio in the Backstage Lounge. We're going to start off tonight with I Can See, now that I'm closer to the computer monitor, right here on the Yeti Radio. That's Escape the Hive. I Can See It. Right here on the Yeti Radio. Please welcome Mr. Michael Beck, Mr. Rich Henshaw, Mr. Conrad Varela, Paul Williams, and Mr. Mike Vars right here on the Yeti Radio in the Backstage Lounge. Welcome, fellas.
Hello. Hey. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. This is, wow. Ever since I got the album, I got it in the mail and I'm like, okay, who am I kicking off the wall?
We got moved up in front of Cinderella, so I'm okay with that.
Well, these are local, So, there's
You don't have to
priorities.
explain. That's all right.
Wow. After seeing you guys at the Rhythm Room, I was just super stoked about getting this set up, and you guys put on a great show. And
Thank you.
It's phenomenal to watch. Because I pay attention and I watch different things that the bands that aren't on stage are doing, like whether they're partying or hanging out or if they're watching the other bands,
Right.
like particularly watching, not just enjoying it. And that's always super cool because I'm wondering what's going through their mind. But we'll start with you, Mr. Michael. How long you been in music?
Oh boy, I was in my first band in high school, so I was 15, 16 when I first started. I started out as a guitar player and decided that I didn't want to do that, and I wasn't nearly nutty enough for it, so I became a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out.
That's why I hired you, right? How'd you come up with Escape the Hive?
Paul and I first kind of were kicking around names, and I am convinced that every one name band has been taken. They've all been taken. Every word has been used. So I went to 2. I think those are all taken too. And then I went to 3. And I mean names that I was sure there was no other band. There'd be 3 of them. So we just kind of, Escape the Hive kind of came out of not really looking for a band name, but more about what we felt about the project. It's about getting out of the norm and getting away from what everybody else is doing and doing your own thing and kind of escaping conformity in general. And when I started thinking about that, then the name just kind of came by itself. So it was a lot easier.
It definitely fits the part.
Thank you.
So who's original?
Everybody's original.
Okay, so all 5 are original, starting at the very beginning.
Well, because Paul and I started, and I'd known Paul for a long time, and after I got out of my last project, I just kind of called him and was like, "Yeah, you got any songs?"
Yeah, I had just gotten out of a project too, and he's like, we'd never been in a band together. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you got any songs? I'm like, yeah, I got some. Let's see what happens. So we just went to the studio and started throwing down ideas and seeing what came up, and then we had to hire people to play it for us. So originally, I think I was playing some of the guitar on the first original track. So those are hidden and thrown away at this point.
Yeah, they are. and the songs kind of evolved through it, and
through the whole process.
By the time it was really cool the way it came together, because these are all guys that I wanted to play with. So in putting the band together, it just kind of evolved. The songs evolved with it, and now we're already about halfway into our next record as far as writing and recording. In fact, we just came from rehearsal to here, and we were going through some of the new material, and we'll be playing some of the new material on the next record. If you come see us, you'll come hear it live. So
awesome! Get to hear it before it's recorded.
I gotta say,
before it's on print.
and with this record, it's a little more band involved because we're all here from the start.
Okay.
And the material is really coming together good. It's a definite evolution from the next record, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Although, please go buy the current record.
Right. You have to have something to compare.
Right. Well, and that's going to fuel the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that nobody does it for free.
Actually, everybody does.
Actually,
yeah.
They don't.
What did you say?
What? Well, I have to, like I said, after the rhythm room, you could feel everything from everybody when I was walking across doing the pictures, and people give me crap because I take pictures with my phone. I don't know. I'm not taking John Rowland pictures,
Right.
but they're pretty damn good, you know. So, and props to John, because I'll get in there and John and I'll bump into each other, and I'll snap a couple quick ones, and then I'll get out of the way because he's way better at it than I am. But the whole vibe coming off the stage, it just you can feel it. It's just
Nice.
it's just there.
Oh, thank you.
And it's awesome. Let's see.
We try and make sure that and we were talking about this before we went on the air. We try and make sure that the show is a show. It's not just playing the songs. That's the center of it. We're all very proud of the songs, and they all say a different thing, and we want the audience to hear what has to be said within those songs. But it's a rock show, and we treat it as such. And so there are things, even on any given night, from if we're playing somewhere on a Tuesday and then somewhere on a Wednesday, it might be the same set, but it might not be the same show.
Right.
Right.
Are you not entertained?
I definitely get where it'll vary, especially back to back.
Absolutely.
Because you're going into it and you're just like, I did that last night. I don't want to do that tonight.
Right.
Something different. In
Well-
case there's somebody that's there that was there the night before.
Well, and actually, that's we've all been doing this for a little bit, so that's actually something that is really important, especially to me. I think I'm speaking for the whole band. I usually am, but maybe not.
Typically.
But when you go out and you go on tour, it's a different thing. That's where you really become a different musician, because it's not about doing something every night in repetition. It's really about things that you fuck up.
Right.
And you might do something on a Wednesday night in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and you go, oh, that was kind of cool.
That was cool.
I'm going to
Yeah.
do that Wednesday night in Minneapolis. And that stuff evolves, and that's kind of what's happened with some of the new material. As we didn't record it, we started playing it live, and some of the parts evolved a little bit before we recorded them, and I'm glad that happened.
Personally, to me, it sounds like a viable method to fine tuning a
Yeah,
song.
sure.
Playing it live first, where you can dial things in, because you can do that in rehearsal all day, all night, but when you do it on stage, you get a reaction.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yes.
Exactly.
And
See what works,
just
what doesn't.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So what other bands have you been in prior to?
I was in a band prior to this called Kings of Dust, and we did one record and had it out, and that did real well right up until COVID, and then it exploded with a fury like most bands during COVID did. I was in a band called Red Dragon Cartel before that, and did some touring with that, and that was fun.
Awesome.
And playing next to some of your idols is I've been very lucky throughout my career in all the bands I've been in, really, where I've had really good guitar players and really good musicians around me. If I'm a dumb singer, at least I'm smart enough to do that. And I've always been lucky in that fashion. So playing with Jakey Lee to one side of me is a great thing, but playing with Conrad is pretty cool too. So it's
I think I just got compared to Jakey Lee, guys. That's the highlight of the day right there, dude. That just made my month. Thanks, Michael.
Well, I mean, when Paul and I were putting this together, I've played with some really great people, and I've been lucky in that way. And we talked about it, and I said I want a guitar player that can walk into some of the shoes that I've been standing around and can hold their own. And don't let this go to your head. Don't let this go to your head.
Tell me more.
I'm saying some really nice things about you. Let's just leave it at that.
Please continue. Please just keep going, please. I'm gonna grab some water.
So we had a 70s vibe. We have a 70s vibe, but I really wanted to bring some of that, not just in Conrad, but in the music in general. I wanted to bring some of that 80s flash, some of that, that pop into it. And, he fills those shoes and fills them well, and that's why you're here.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. That's quite the compliment, considering what I grew up listening to. I mean, I had the coolest dad ever that raised me on Yngwie records and Dokken and Motley Crue and Van Halen. So
it's amazing. We were just talking about that earlier. When we're in rehearsal, and what was he playing today in rehearsal?
Well, there was the Poison thing.
Yeah. Even though I hate Poison, and I shouldn't say that, he knows every Poison riff on the planet. So whenever I say I don't like Poison, he just starts playing them.
I like CC DeVille, man. He had cool guitars. I'm sorry. I didn't see you in the 80s with a green gunslinger. Come on now.
You made him change the Motley Crue ending.
I didn't.
That's what it was. Yeah, he pulls out stuff from Motley Crue and from Y&T and from Blues Sassarno,
Saraceno,
whatever.
The disrespect is just crazy.
and the fact that he knows those people it shouldn't be, but the fact that he does is the reason that he's here. So it works out.
It's good parenting. Good parenting.
Yeah, I would go with that.
All right, Mr. Paul, since you were how long you been in music?
Since junior high, I think. I got my first bass, real bass, graduating 8th grade, and then I started playing live probably seriously but senior year in high school. Started playing like clubs around Chicago. That's where I grew up. So.
Okay, another Chicagoan.
Yeah. And I was fortunate. I've played with some really good bands, really good songwriters. I kind of switched over maybe 10 years ago and got involved with a Red Dirt kind of country guy. We were able to tour the country and play some really cool things. So
Always been a bass player?
Always been a bass player, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
By default, I think it was.
Well, it sounds like it.
Right. We had a group of 5 guys, and they're all picking, like, we were watching a Def Leppard video, and they're like, dude, we should get in a band. I'm like,
right.
John's he's in choir, so he can sing, and I'm well, what do I do? And someone pointed, like, you that guy.
The guy that's left.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't
and it's
even
not
have
Charles
as many
Barkley.
strings. Right. He doesn't even have as many strings as the other guys. What the hell?
Huh? What do you do with that? You don't have as many.
So I went home and told my mom I'm a bass player.
Uh-oh.
You can always tell bass players that started out being bass players as opposed to bass players that
Converted guitar players.
yes
Absolutely. That's the one I've been having a problem with.
Right.
It might be the wire now. I don't know. I can't get it figured out. It comes and goes. It should be good now.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. Sorry about that.
You're good because you're not sharing my microphone.
Right?
He doesn't want to swap spit with you anyway.
Not on camera.
Oh. Wow. Not on camera anyway.
My wife is probably watching.
right. Come on.
Oh, awesome. What made you want to play?
Honestly, I just love music. I've always listened to music. My parents listened to, Elvis and all the golden oldies and things like that. And it always just helped me sort of just forget about the problems that life brings you, you know. So, and then once I started playing it, I was just fascinated by it, and just kept going from there. It's an escape, you know. It's a different world when you're on
From
stage.
the Hive.
Hey! Pun intended.
Throw that in there. Yeah, especially when you're on stage, you know, you can be whoever you want to be and do what you want to do, which is kind of cool.
Unless
Very
you
cool.
suck,
Yeah.
and then
Unless
be
you
somebody
suck.
else.
And then
Then it would be somebody
Right.
else. So what's behind I Can See It? Tell me a little bit about the song.
Oh, well, Mike writes all the lyrics, as far as that goes. But music-wise, it was a riff that actually me and a buddy of mine that I grew up with in Chicago, we do a lot of writing, and it was kind of a collaboration that we did, and it was a guitar riff originally. And I'm like, man, this should be a bass riff. And
What a bass player.
yeah. I mean, what? Come on, it is. Clearly. So yeah, we just kind of. I had a bunch of parts that seemed to fit together, and gave it to Mike, and he sort of wrote the whole concept of the album lyrically. So.
Okay, at this time, Conrad, I'm going to have you and Mike swap places.
Sure.
Oh no, this Mike.
Sure.
No.
Not
No.
this Mike.
No. Yeah, I know.
Oh, right.
But the bass and the guitar are sitting next to each other after your comment. It's a joke.
Oh yeah, right.
Sorry, I'm being a smart ass. It
We
didn't
get
work.
off, yeah.
It didn't work. I was going to put Conrad over there so you all didn't start throwing punches at each other.
I still have my dig on
Right, yeah.
I'll use it.
Oh, awesome. What's behind I Can See It with the lyrics?
Well, that's the next video, right?
Yeah.
So we just shot the video a couple months ago. They're editing it now. We're just about through that. And then it'll go to the label, and they'll set up all the things that they do. So it'll probably be out
2027.
Yeah, 2027.
yeah. So we're hoping probably middle of July is what we're hoping for. So
Okay.
It's a brand new video. It's a little different than the first video. We took a spin on it. The song in general is about seeing the truth, and about recognizing that it's the truth, and it's maybe a little different than the truth is a little different than what you thought it was. And so I Can See the Light is that, and we took it kind of into the conspiracy theory realm, and there might be an alien or two.
Yeah, there might be.
Might be a slightly overweight alien. I don't know. You'll just have to wait. Tune in July,
It'll be July.
2027.
It'll but the video came out really good. The first one was a little more, it had a little more seriousness to it. This one doesn't.
It's a full 180.
It's a complete 180. So I'm anxious for people to see it, because it is it's different. It's different.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Send it to me, and I'll play it on my show.
I absolutely will. As soon as I get it back, which will be early 2027, then I'll send it over.
One could say it's out of this world.
It could. You could.
Well, we'll move over to Mr. Rich. How long have you been playing drums, sir?
45 years, give or take.
He's also
Came out with
46.
drumsticks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I wouldn't put you over 45.
No.
Get a room.
At 7 years old, I had my first drum set.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's when I started playing drums. Before that, I had done piano. But it was one of those things where I wasn't asked if I was going to play music. It was, which instrument will you be playing?
Ah.
So I was predestined in this type of thing. So yeah, so ever since then I did take a lot of time off from, like, I started at 15 years old playing at the Fishing Hole in Wickenburg, Arizona. Well,
Okay.
I got my start.
That's the gig.
With a big old chaw in.
Playing there next week.
Playing there next week?
There was 2 fights that happened during our show, which was awesome. As a 15-year-old kid, guys rolling around in front of you while you're trying to play. It was good.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. Never forget that. But, yeah, from there, I kind of went a different direction for a long time and got into teaching music, teaching drums, doing that whole thing. And then once I got back into it, I started really honing my skills doing like tribute stuff. So I did like a Rush tribute group. I've done Elton John. I've done Pat Benatar. It's a bunch of tribute acts really to kind of hone my chops and get myself back performing again. And so, yeah, it's been a great ride.
That's definitely a variety to be able to get your swing back in any direction, for sure.
Yeah, some challenging. I always tried to do it as exact as I could. That's been my thing. And so that's what's given me some of the vocabulary and whatnot to be able to apply to what we're doing now, which is cool.
Cool. How'd you feel about when you got selected for the band?
Oh, man. I mean, the thing about this band, as you could tell, is not only are you playing with like strong players, which is really cool, but everybody is really cool. So we hang out and have a great time. It's not always like that, as we know.
Right. Yeah.
And so like we just kind of gel like as people, which is a total awesome honor to be a part of, and the whole thing. You know?
On and off the court.
Yeah,
per se.
When we're not playing, we're laughing.
This guy has like a big wheel that's like a full on like.
Dude,
you got one of those motorized big wheels?
I really want to plug them right now. If I plug them, they might send us another one.
Well, let's get it.
It's in the back of my car. Yeah. So I don't have room for it in my condo, so it stays in my car. Tell you what, though, Tempe Town Lake, for all my local Phoenicians, get yourself a big wheel. Tempe Town Lake Friday, Saturday night. You'll see why.
Yeah.
Is that one of those crazy motorized big wheels?
No, man. No. Just raw power, man. It's capped up.
It's like
it's a big wheel.
Yeah. It's got the metal frame and the big fat tires in the back, and he comes rolling up with his hair flying.
And the wheels are plastic in the rear. It's like a drift trike. So when you pick them, High Roller USA, I'm plugging them. High Roller USA. It's a drift trike. It's a full size stainless steel. It's like a steel chassis, big wheel. Found it at Goodwill.
It is amazing.
It's the best.
Well, no. I don't know the name, but it's a big wheel with a motor.
Oh, yeah, I haven't.
And they've got the go-kart wheels on the.
If you got a link,
it's a big wheel. It's a giant wheel in the front. That's crazy.
Though. We started from the bottom. It's been my summer resto project. These guys were souping up Camaros and GTOs back in the day. Found myself a cheap big wheel. It's a manual, and been soon I got new headlights, taillights, pedals. We're working on an Escape the Hive banner, so when I go to shows, I can ride around the venue as like promotion before we play.
Okay, I'll
this
plug
segment of the show brought to you by Big Wheel.
Big Wheel, High Roller USA.
Banners for cheap.
There we go.
It was a couple weeks ago. We were at rehearsal, and the three of us went to In-N-Out to eat. Right. And so we're getting our food, and Rich and I we're sitting outside, and he comes rolling around the parking lot and skids in front of us and goes, "My food ready?"
Oh, my God.
It was money.
It was pretty sick. I was kind of badass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it didn't look sick.
The whole patio at In-N-Out is just like, what the fuck?
Hey, good or bad, publicity is publicity, man. They were looking.
That was amazing.
It was pretty sick. Thanks, brother. Yeah.
One of the things I've always wanted is a life cam. Like a police officer's body cam.
Oh, body cam.
It's on all the time, and when something happens, you have it. Right. There's been so much I've missed in life.
That would have been a good.
Yeah.
Yes, America's Funniest Home Videos.
All the time.
Yeah, we'd be this deep in money from
in this
them.
band. There's never a dull moment with these guys. There's never a dull moment.
I love it, man.
Oh man,
Really worried for you in Scottsdale. Was it Scottsdale?
Scottsdale
Or Tempe when he was riding the parking lot, the dark parking lot. And of course, he's only that high on this thing.
Oh, no,
he's sitting
I was
damn
in
near
Mesa.
on the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah.
Remember
that was at Mesa.
Yeah.
Mesa's dark.
This big wheel makes many appearances with the band. It's kind of like our sixth member, actually, if you think about it. We haven't named it yet, but We're working on it. Actually, if you guys in the chat got any suggestions, just throw them. Is there a chat? Do we have a chat?
There's several of them.
What's going on, chat? Throw in some name suggestions for our 6th Escape the Hive member.
Definitely. It'd be awesome. So, well, you probably answered that already. Who inspires you behind the kit?
Oh man, I love variety of drummers. Mike Portnoy, we were just listening to not too long ago. I really love that dude, and he was actually inspired by Neil Peart. And I mean, that if you don't like Neil Peart as a drummer, then come on. But yeah, like there's like a couple of jazz guys like Vinny Colaiuta and Dave Weckl, and this new guy. What's the new guy on? I can't think of his name right out of the gate. He's on all of YouTube doing
Estepario. That guy
is amazing.
Oh, yeah, because he's all over TikTok too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's super.
That dude's crazy.
Yes.
So drinking a cup of coffee,
right?
Playing an entire drum solo.
Well, then he gets
with
called
one
out.
stick.
He gets called out. They're like, "You're speeding up your videos," so he holds up a world clock and plays with the other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I just looked up his new band because he's not in the band that he was in before, because everybody was like, "Oh, are you in a band?" Yeah, he was in one. And it was an Italian band, so it's all in Italian. But the new band's in English. I don't know where they're based out of, but
I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
It's awesome.
The Cost, I think it's called.
Yeah, The Cost. There you go. Impressive. But that dude, there's a little 9-year-old. I have a bass now, and it's a starter bass, and I'm learning, but I'm not anywhere. Yesterday was my first practice, so yeah, no. But anyway, I'm watching videos, getting ready for my first day of class, and this little 8-year-old girl gets on camera, and she plays some shit, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. She's a daughter of somebody like that's really famous, but I can't remember. But she's amazing.
Yeah, and I can't remember the bass player's name that sent her like 10 songs to.
Oh yeah, Billy Sheehan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it when I hear it. I just can't remember it.
Did you see the drummer kid from Australia throw down Hot for Teacher and all those? Mm-hmm. Like these little kids. YouTube's very inspiring.
I don't know if it's inspiring or if it's just challenging.
Well, it's like the kids when I was teaching them. They come already knowing a bunch of stuff. Just because they watch it on YouTube and come in, it's like you didn't have to teach them a bunch of stuff that they already came in with.
Well, there's a band that sort of just formed in the last few months, and they were having drummer tryouts. A guy shows up, so what'd you do? I don't own a drum kit. So how did you prepare for the audition? He goes, I air drummed it. He got the fucking job.
Did he throw it down?
He threw it down. And I'm like, on air drums. And then the new Kia commercial has got the air drum extraordinaire on it. Air drummer extraordinaire or something or other in the TV commercial. And I'm like, oh, what's up with all this air drumming stuff coming up right now? I'm like, I'm confused.
It was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago that it was on an NFL game, and they're playing Rush. Do you remember this? They're playing Rush in the stadium, on like a halftime or something. Yeah, and he's air drumming to Rush, and he's killing it. I mean, you can see everything he's doing. He is hitting every cymbal.
Right.
Perfect. And Rush contacted him. He was like, dude, that's awesome. He was
on air drums. I'm like, really? That's like air guitar. Really? Come on.
Well, there's steering wheel performance as well. Steering wheel is a whole nother level of.
That's why you're sitting at the traffic light.
I like a mean paradiddle, like a freeway paradiddle.
That's a good band name, Freeway Paradiddle.
Oh,
I love that.
We opening up a can of worms. So we'll move over to Mr. Mike Vars.
I like to
bars. Mr. Mike Vars. I like to push the keys.
Yes. No, actually, I started back in grade school when I actually did have a big wheel.
Got a big wheel. Do you want to hear about it?
Let's talk about it for a while. No, I did kind of the grade school tour through trumpet, trombone, the woods, and then I actually landed on drums. Played that for a few years. Yeah, well, landing. Nobody heard you.
Yep.
But then a friend of mine, he said, "Hey, I got this bass. Do you want to try and play it?" And he gave it to me. I'm like, "All right." So actually, for the better part of my adulthood, I've been a bass player. On and off with keyboards. It just always enjoyed it. Had one, tinkered with it, and then some years ago, I just decided to take it seriously and really started enjoying it and learning the different. I mean, finding out that playing piano and playing keyboard are two very different things, and it's almost like playing two different complete instruments. And then I hooked up with these guys, and it's just been I
can only imagine throwing an organ in the mix in the middle of all that.
Yes, yeah,
And the keyboard.
And the keyboard, yeah. I saw that.
So,
but yeah, it's just and playing with the quality musicians that are all to my right has just been a ride to remember. It's fantastic.
so what was your feeling when you got selected? When they said you're in?
We've said that yet.
Yeah. I'm still in the 90-day.
Oh, still in the 90-day trial.
Here we are,
Trials.
2 years later, but I'm still in the 90-day.
It keeps getting extended. I got you. Yeah.
Are you guys getting paid?
You guys are getting.
I got to use that one twice in one interview. It's awesome. But yeah, and the music's just, I mean, I love what's behind the music, and the lyrics are just fantastic, and just love it. Just loving it.
Absolutely.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Definitely. What drives you in this whole
My chauffeur.
not every rock band's got a keyboardist, so it's the oddity.
You're a rare breed, brother.
Yeah. It's not the first time I heard that. I am from Pluto, after all. Just remember, guys, I can make any noise of any of the instruments you guys play, so.
As long as you transpose, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that hurt.
So that's where we draw the line. Okay. My bad.
You know what one of the noises I
lines-
can make is?
Okay. I have a noisy pedal board for those. Yeah.
Here,
I'm sorry, what was the question? What drives me?
I can do that too.
Conrad!
I've been looking for my pedal board. I didn't know you had it.
Boy,
Minutes before we go on, we hear that sound every time.
that's because 4 minutes he's got it taken apart.
This is true. That'll be a story for later. We'll get there.
No, honestly, what drives me is first of all, it's just I kind of wanted to bring it back because you're right. You don't hear a lot of it, and you hear a lot of people tracking it. Yeah, and so I just kind of part of it was a challenge to me to make it relevant again. Okay. So that's part of my drive. And the other part is just keeping up with these guys, which is, I mean, it's challenging every day. And I mean, if you can surround yourself with, in this case, 4 people that you feel are better than you, you're gonna go up, and that's what these guys have done. So I turned it into a nice little.
You got some brownie points for the permanent status.
We're all sitting here humble.
And
Stop it.
That'll be $20 from each of you, by the way.
Okay, Mr. Conrad, you've been in music for what, 5 years?
Yeah, last week I was playing.
You're the baby of the band.
Triangle before this. Yeah, I'm the youngling. I'm the kid. The kid.
5 years ago, he's in the lunch
It's
line.
a fun band. Yeah, no. So, my dad is a great guitar player. He taught me how to play, and he put a guitar in my hands when I was 5, and I haven't stopped since. I mean, you're not doing much when you're 5, but there was a guitar in the household, and I grew up listening to all of his music, and fell in love with the era of the gun-slinging guitar legends, you know, Steve Vai, Eddie Van Halen, Satriani, Yngwie, all those guys, and was so attracted to these incredible, not only great lead playing, but songwriting. I mean, Eddie Van Halen gets all the credit for being one of the greatest, you know, lead guitar players of all time, but you're singing the song, like, phenomenal songwriting.
Actually more important.
Yeah, this is true. But
He was a piano player first.
yeah. Okay, anyways, we can talk Van Halen lore all day. Don't get me started. But yeah, I started out doing that and joined my first band playing. I was in a punk band called Bad Instinct, which was we had a blast. I used to play like storage units and stuff, which was great. You know, man, you cut
Storage
your teeth,
units.
you do what you got to do, and then. Went from there to another band called Luminatus, and then I got involved with Alice Cooper Solid Rock Teen Center. I'm going to give a quick plug. Those guys really took things to the next level for me.
And that's where I noticed him first.
There is a connection. Yeah.
I hear a lot of that. So if you're an aspiring musician out there, go to Alice Cooper School because
Solid Rock.
I've been involved with the Alice Cooper Solid Rock for 20 years, and it was, you know, when you walk in and, you know, they're all kids under 25. And when you walk in and some kid walks on the stage with long hair and a Charvel, I'm already going, what the fuck is this? This kid isn't supposed to be here. And then he starts out going, oh, what the hell? And it was probably 3 years later that you know, we'd known each other, but, you know,
Yeah, so I got involved there, and I was, they have a music competition every year, and Randy Spencer there, he reached out to me, and I saw a video of me playing guitar on Facebook, and was like, hey, you should come check out our music competition every year, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I started recording tracks, and it was a fire to start creating original music, and I did the stuff that I grew up listening to. It was, you know, shreddy guitar over backing tracks that I was writing with a really good friend of mine, Joe Behrens. And I competed my first year, took second place, competed my second year, ended up winning it. And that was definitely the big leap from doing this as something just as for fun and turning it into an actual, you know, career, something I could do for full time. I was playing, you know, at dive bars to 5 to 10 people on a good night, and 5 of them were family, you know, and then got to from that to opening up for ZZ Top in front of 20,000 people at Bike Week and stuff like that, and have had the opportunity to share the stage with Alice multiple times, and Don Felder, Jeff Tate, Tommy Thayer. I got to meet Ace Frehley, which is really cool. I see Destroyer back there, and it's just been an incredible ride, and I have so much love for that organization. Music is such an important thing, not only for us as musicians, but for youth. I mean, you know, it's a safe space for teens ages 12 through 20. Keep them off the streets and finding what they love and what they're creative at, and, you know, they find that flame and ignite it. It's like pouring, you know, gasoline all over a flame. Yeah,
absolutely,
it's great.
It's just amazing.
It's a great spot. Yeah.
Well, I can't get enough of it. It's you're on my regular long drive playlist, so we're gonna go ahead and break to a quick intermission song right here in the Backstage Lounge on the YetiRadio.com. It's gonna be Separate Lives from Escape the Hive right here on the Yeti.
The sun is on the rise, all the way to sunset. Ain't no big surprise, all this thread of regret. The answer's in disguise, but clear as can be. Out there among the ruins, but the only thing I see, now where else would I be? Me and you and me. What you get is what
Live back in the studio with Escape the Hive, right here in the Backstage Lounge on the YetiRadio.com. We are streaming from Twitch, YouTube, iVlog, Kick, and live on Facebook as well. So thanks everybody for watching. If I'm not seeing any comments or anything, apologize. There's a whole lot going on this desk. And we're hanging out with all these guys, having a whole shit ton of fun. So we'll start with Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
These are my new ones that a buddy of mine's like, hey, you got to throw these in.
Oh,
Here we go.
When you get to heaven,
okay.
or if you believe that heaven exists. And this is if you believe that heaven exists.
Follow along.
And
What-
you really think you're going.
Right.
What would you like to hear St. Peter say when you get to the pearly gates?
Is St. Peter her dad? Heaven's dad?
Okay, never mind. He won't be going to the pearly gates.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
What would I like him to say?
What do you? Let's see. What would you like to hear him say when he gets there?
Hopefully, well done. I guess. I mean,
That's a real boring answer.
I don't. Yeah.
It's an off the wall.
If I hear him say anything, it'll be kind of freaky, to be honest. I've gotten a lot of things wrong at that point. So.
The guy's name is James Lipton. Apparently, he's a
The stage guy.
yeah.
The actor guy from the Actors Studio.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are some of the questions that
Right.
he used, and somebody's like, "Dude, you gotta." I'm like, "Okay." So, what's your favorite word?
Waltzed.
Welched,
Waltzed.
whilst.
I
Okay.
try to squeeze it in.
Least favorite word.
Least favorite word. Wow. I don't know.
We're already demonetized at this point, right?
Right. Yeah,
He really likes the word moist.
No, I love
Moist.
the word moist. Yeah, I love the word moist. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
You don't have one you don't like? Okay. Not that I want to know. What
Right.
turns you on? We're breaking
Conrad.
eggshells here. Conrad? Okay.
My boy.
What turns you off?
Yeah.
Conrad?
When Conrad's late.
Is it proximity switch?
Right.
You had me and then you lost me.
Oh, what sound or noise do you love?
Oh, that's a good question. I love this is corny as shit, but I love the sound of the laughter of my kids.
No, it's not corny.
Right.
I
Not a dry eye now.
I got 4 kids and
Change my answer.
3. I got 4 kids and 3.5 grandkids. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, well, the 4th one will be here the end of next month. So, or by the end of next month, hopefully.
Nice.
You got a sound or noise that you hate?
I hate the noise of a flying, like a buzzing fly.
Okay.
A drip.
Like your pedal board.
Yeah. Or a slow water
That
drip,
was
like
a cheap
just
shot. That was a cheap shot.
and white noise. I don't like. I hate white noise.
You don't like white
I
noise?
hate white noise.
Oh wow. Favorite cuss word?
Cunt.
Cut it to the bone, brother.
All right.
That's going deep.
We don't want to fuck around.
What profession other than this, or one that you're already previous or that you are currently working in, would you like to attempt?
I've attempted everything that I've wanted to be honest with you, and I'll stick with this one.
Okay.
Yeah. The musician. The musician.
We could have started over.
Right.
All right.
Groundbreaking
And
questions, man.
what's your favorite local place to play? Local venue.
Cactus Jack,
Yeah,
August 23rd.
Specifically on August 23rd.
Specifically. I do like Cactus Jacks. It's a nice wide stage. The sound guy's great. The staff is great.
I was there one night. It was really
I used to
nice
really
place.
like Club Red when it was around.
Okay.
I was sad that left. Both locations.
Wow.
Such a good venue.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would say those.
Okay. And if you could play anywhere in the world tonight.
Red Rock.
Red Rock?
It's a bucket list.
Okay. Conrad?
I'm so excited. All right. Like, what's the capital of Washington? That's the questions I get.
What's the capital of Florida?
No. Go fuck yourself, Yeti. I'm just kidding.
I don't think that's it. Make it a cuss word.
Hey. So if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God or St. Pete say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You know that jam you always wanted to have with Eddie Van Halen? It's right back there. That'd be it, man. I want to jam with Eddie. I want to jam with Sean Lane. There's a lot of guys. Yeah. They got a tube amp warming up already. I know it.
How did I know that? I had that feeling.
It's every lead guitar player's dream. Yeah.
So what's your favorite word?
Favorite word? Oh man, Charvel. Favorite. It doesn't get much better than that, man.
That's also what turns him on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm not.
Wait a minute. I think it turned you on once too, and he was holding it.
I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Your wife might be watching.
Yeah.
Least favorite word?
Taxes. Yeah. Did I?
I don't know if I want to know what turns you on, but what turns you on?
Great personality.
Okay.
Yeah, personality.
Paul, you're out.
Personality. No, you know what? Honestly, if I can have a deep conversation with somebody that something I'm passionate about and see that they're passionate about, I'm there.
Yeah. Whatever, he's 23. Come on.
Whatever.
Okay, and what turned you off?
Taxes. You know, I got to think about this.
Yeah, you're thinking too much. It's a 3-second answer.
I don't want to offend anybody. I don't
want to offend anybody. It's too late.
I'm sorry.
This question is what turns me off. Next question.
You're not going to get out of it like that.
You know what? Yeah, I got one. When somebody it just talks shit about somebody for no reason, like just an instigator for no reason, just like really grabbing at straws to find a problem when there isn't one there, is the biggest. I don't care if it's relationship, musician, colleague, friend. It's the biggest turn off for me.
I don't know who he's talking about. It's one of us.
No.
I know who he's talking about. You know, and
Next question.
Sound or noise that you love?
The
sound of your guitar.
Yeah, it's a good one. A little egotistical. I wouldn't go that direct, but I love the sound of V8 idling. Just that rumble, especially classic muscle cars when it was all metal inside. You just get that shake of everything. It's all plastic trim anymore, but that's it for me.
I'll start the Mopar for you before you leave.
That's it.
Sound or noise you don't like?
I'm not a big fan of grunge. The comments go crazy.
No, guitar player, right?
And anybody, and then a whole genre goes.
No. That was a cheap shot.
Brian has said it that they tried to wipe the guitarist out, essentially, because no solos, no, and I get it. Now, he said that night, and it was at the Blues, and I believe you were there with Luminatus, and he was talking about that, and I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't even think about it. And I was like, I don't know that it was necessarily done purposefully, but it ended up being or presumed that that's what they were trying to do, But when you have guitarists, Brian, I
got a better answer. Those when they test the emergency thing at 3 a.m. on TV. Do you guys remember that? Like on cable and dead asleep, knocked out, and then 2:30 on the dot, the emergency broadcast is going, and it would freak me out every time. Every time, like, this is it, we're done.
So I know what sound effect you use when I use your video on the first on the next show after it comes out.
It's the worst. I get PTSD just thinking about it.
Favorite cuss word?
I don't swear.
Did he just say that? Are we going along with that?
This show's recorded, right?
It's hard to pick just one.
There's something about calling somebody a cocksucker that just, for me, we've got some stories on the road.
I'm sure.
No.
Wow.
This completely devolved.
Left turn, Clyde.
Now,
or is that right turn?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's when you say no homo. What profession would you like to be doing if not music, and what you're currently
race
doing?
Car driver. I'm a total gearhead. I would love to race automobiles. I know it's dangerous. Yeah, leaving your home every morning is dangerous, man. You mean behind?
I actually go to car shows all the time.
Yeah, when we're not playing, we're going to car shows. Yeah, I would love to be a race car driver or a drifter. Like the D1 GP stuff would be so cool. Formula drift in the U.S. That'd be awesome. Huh?
Yeah.
Big wheel drifter, dude. I'm prepping with my trike. That's the reason I bought it.
That's those motorized ones. That's what they do.
I can't wait.
It's crazy.
I'm expecting Link. I can't wait.
Favorite local venue?
For me, a dream venue of playing was the Marquee Theater, because I remember growing up, all of the cool shows that I went to were at the Marquee. I saw Red Dragon Cartel at the Marquee and Striper over and over again at the Marquee, and that was definitely a highlight for me. In terms of favorites, there's some awesome, honestly, this is gonna sound corny, but the local coffee shops with the cool local singer-songwriter stuff. There's some really good talent out there that can't necessarily, or not can't, but don't have the opportunities to get to those next stages of the Marquee or even the Van Buren or stuff like that. And just the fact that there's local places creating a platform for local artists. El Charro Hipster, I played there a lot a few years back. Unfortunately, they closed up shop, but it was a home for a lot of us local musicians trying to find our way out here. So, yeah,
awesome.
That's my favorite, El Charro Hipster.
And if you could play anywhere in the world?
Budokan. Budokan, yeah. I just think back, Yngwie live in '85. Budokan, that's a dream for me, for sure. I love Japan.
Live in '85, huh?
Yeah, he remembers.
You're how old? I know.
I would say the whiskey, but we already played. Actually, next week. What is it? Friday.
Yeah. Next Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, catch us live at the whiskey.
28th, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
June 28th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. All right, Mr. Michael.
Oh, me? Oh, my God.
What do you want to hear when you get to the pearly gates? If or when.
We're surprised you made it.
What are you doing here?
Well, congratulations.
Cash your card.
Cash your card. That's awesome. I do have a chat question for you.
Oh.
I would like to know the singer's influences. He has an Ian Gillan tone in his voice.
Okay. All right. My influences when I was figuring out I want to be a singer, I want to sound like this, is Steve Walsh from Kansas. That's it. That's who I listened to when I first started singing and said, "That's the guy." If I could sound the way I want, because you really don't choose how you sound, but that if I could choose, it'd be that guy. David Lee Roth was a big one, but the voice itself has always been Steve Walsh from Kansas. He's the guy.
Awesome. Well, I want to give a quick shout out. Buddy of mine, Nelly Canine's watching all the way over in Australia. So
Nice.
and
All right.
I believe Marconi. Marconi's still in over on iVlog. He's in New Zealand watching. So
Speaking of muscle cars, Australia's got some really cool shit that we never got here. So
you should see what he has. Their version of the Mustang.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's badass. I've seen a few videos that he shared with us. He's some of the people we used to do this with pre-COVID, and
Right.
great people.
Very cool.
Favorite word?
Yes.
Oh, you stole mine.
Least favorite word? No.
Which one you've heard more?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Which one have you heard more of? You're married, so you're married. I get it.
I've been married for a long time, so yes has done pretty good. So
Awesome, definitely. So, and that's resonating from you saying it, right?
sure.
Again, she might be watching. Just trying to. Favorite turn on, or what turns you on?
Honestly, and this is. I could go the sexual, but we're not going to do that. So, really, the biggest turn on is being on stage with a band, singing your songs, your music, and you look out into the crowd, and they're also singing those words. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it turns me on too. That's why I wear my guitar down.
I got
So nobody can see your excitement.
Nice, beautiful moment.
Conrad said, "Let me put my 2 cents in." Cha-ching. Turn off.
I'm trying to be. I don't want to offend anybody.
It's different when the mic's in your hand, right? And there's a little more pressure.
It's pretty simple actually. Turn off is when, whether it's just artists in general, when you take somebody else's art and call it yours.
Okay.
I hate that. It's a real pet peeve of mine. Just make your own.
Absolutely.
Just make your own.
But in some defenses, because I'm asking just because I'm on the outside looking in. How many? There's 12, right? On for a bass, 12 chords, or is 12?
12 notes.
12 octaves. 12 notes. It only does this so many times, and before.
No. It only does it so many times, but there are infinite combinations. Yeah. And even if you pick 3, the way he plays 3, the way I play 3, the way he plays 3 are all different.
Okay, I got you.
All different.
I mean, the same 3-4 chords, but melody, completely different melody. You know?
Absolutely.
So that's another part of that.
And even that melody can change dependent on nuance and dynamic, and it's infinite. And I don't even mind, bands, when you're growing up and you are starting to play an instrument or starting to sing or whatever, you're starting to play drums or whatever you're doing, you copy what you hear. That's what you do. That's how you learn. But at some point, you have to be your own artist. And I know not everybody gets there, but I wish that they would try harder, because having the feeling you get being your own artist is you can't replicate it.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You can't surpass it. You can't replicate it. That's why seeing somebody singing or a group of people singing lyrics that I wrote in the audience is huge. It's huge.
Absolutely. It has to be. It
resonates in a place that is pretty deep.
Yeah, I've been standing in the middle of a crowd when that's happened.
Yeah.
And that's moving. I can only imagine you being the person that did it.
Exactly.
Up there, just stopping, and
Yeah.
there's the rest of the song for you. That's got to be just.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's got to be amazing. Noise that you love? Noise or sound?
Well, the easiest one would be 3 minutes before you go on, and it's Conrad's guitar, but I'm not going to go there. Noise I like?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind. Scratch that. That's the next question. And again, it's band related, because I'm not going the other way. It's shut up. It's on stage. There's a moment that you get as a band and as a musician, and it is addictive, and you're constantly searching for it. Thankfully, in this band, it happens a lot, and it's great. It's that feeling that you hear when all the pistons are running, everything's moving. There's a groove that everything just, you can hear it. It's so obvious. Everything just falls into that groove, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think we're all going to die on this one. Your wife says, yes, his wife is watching.
Where?
She says, I know what turns him on, and he doesn't have to answer that.
I lawyered up. All right, there we go.
37 years.
37 years.
I love the interview, by the way. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. Least favorite noise is
Conrad's guitar.
3 minutes before
3 minutes.
the show starts.
Yeah.
Favorite cuss word?
I mean, no matter what I think it is, it's probably fuck.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It covers so many bases.
Doesn't it?
So versatile.
Yeah,
It's so versatile.
So versatile.
Think about the versatility of it.
No, it's
You can do a whole
unbelievable.
sentence with just that one word.
Fuck.
I mean,
Right?
Fuck.
Well, on the island of Guam, fuck you doesn't mean fuck you. It means fuck you. It's like you're not serious.
Oh,
Profession that you would like to attempt other than what you're currently doing.
There isn't anything that I would rather be doing. There really isn't. I've actually tried at different times to do different things. Yeah. But if you're a musician, you're a musician. It's not really even a choice in the matter. If you get away from it, it pulls you back in. It's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm happy to be doing it.
But for the sake of the
question, what would I like to be doing?
If you had to do something else.
producer.
I run a recording studio. I'm a producer at Sound Vision Recording. We've been open for 25 years, and that's a pretty good backup.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got no problems with it.
Favorite local venue?
Celebrity Theater.
Okay.
That
Very nice.
is, I've seen some great bands there. I actually got to play there with Solid Rock.
Okay.
When we were doing
Cool.
Solid Rock. In fact, we did a Deep Purple song.
Awesome.
And it's just a great venue to see bands. It's a great stage to play from. It's great all
For
around.
those tuning in, not local to Arizona, tell them about Celebrity. Like, what makes it unique?
Celebrity is in the round, for one. It turns very slowly. But the best thing about it is that there is not a bad seat in the house. You can be right up against the wall, and it's a great seat. And because of the way the stage turns, you get such a different perspective as it goes around. You know, if you're in a larger normal venue, you be on the guitar side and you see mostly the guitar player. If you're on the side of the bass, you see mostly the bass player. If you're up front, you see the drummer and the singer. You never see the keyboard player, so that's out. So, sorry, man.
Get the pitchfork out.
But that's why I love it, because the whole show is a different perspective at any given moment. Great venue.
I understand what he says, because your picture at the Rhythm Room was the hardest to get. I could not get a good angle on you.
Because I was standing in front of the
Exactly. And if you could play anywhere,
Any venue?
anywhere in the world.
I mean, I'm really fond of the Red Rocks thing, but it's going to have to be. I grew up on Kiss. You know, a lot of guys my age did, so it's probably going to be Madison Square Garden, because that's like holy ground.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I'm going to throw this one in because you said Deep Purple. Favorite Deep Purple song?
Perfect Strangers.
Okay.
I know that's kind of sacrilege, not going back to, you know, all the earlier records, but that comeback album of theirs with Perfect Strangers, and it's just such a great record. It front to back, there's not a bad song on it. That's my favorite, and I'm sticking with that.
Okay. No, that's why I asked it. I'm Soldier Fortune, so.
Yeah, great. It's a great record.
Yes. Okay. Move on to Rich. I suck at names, just so you know.
And by the way,
That's a tough one.
I want to introduce Rich. He's AD, drummer on record, is busy touring this summer and has got a bunch going on. And Rich is filling in for all the tours through the summer, and we just couldn't be happier to have him. He's absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. Yes, and he fits right in. When you change a member, a lot of times you change chemistry, and we were really worried about that because AD has certain chemistry. But this chemistry works. He fits right in, and I've been in a lot of bands throughout my career, and this is definitely. I mean, when we're not laughing, we're usually on stage playing, and sometimes that boils over into the other.
Yeah.
So,
I
sorry.
get to cover from one of the best drummers around in the state for sure. Like super well known.
AD,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Hey, AD. Everybody
Thanks,
say
brother.
hi to AD.
Nice
Love you,
parts.
brother.
I'm having fun with it. Now somebody asked me, "You covering for AD?" I'm like, "I'm having fun, man. That guy plays some cool stuff."
Having to pick that and learn to play that.
Yeah. Then these
that's
guys
gotta
let me be myself. Enough for it to be like, really cool for me personally.
Right. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very. So what's your favorite word?
I mean, he literally stole all of my answers. Like,
You think that was a mistake?
Question.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, the
no.
St. Peter thing.
No,
Yeah.
I said that.
No,
No,
him. That's
him.
what-
He was
Yeah.
gonna.
I did. Okay, we'll revert. Go because that one's actually at the bottom. I just decided to start with that one, and I didn't start with that one. Then. So
He
if
threw you a curveball. Deal with it.
if in your mind heaven exists, what would you like to hear God or St. Peter say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Right this way.
Okay, since you answered that, percentage of probability. Don't answer that. Do not answer that, please.
3 to 5.
Depends on who you talk to.
Right, it's all based on opinion, like everything else. Favorite word?
I mean, I get them mixed up because, like, shit is pretty cool, but I know there's a cuss word question later. So I gotta thank Uncle Mike for this one. Curmudgeon.
What the fuck is
Come
a
on.
curmudgeon?
Oh, I love that.
I know exactly. In fact, I know the person that it's named after, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Persnickety, also very cool.
Least favorite?
I mean, no is
Okay.
my least favorite. But
Obviously. Turn on.
yes.
Okay.
You really are stealing all my answers.
So, wait, you didn't want to go with the sexual thing.
But you do.
I mean,
Boobs.
and the butt too. Like, women are just prettier than us, man. It just
36, 24, 36. Only if she's 5'3", right?
I mean,
Does Conrad know that one?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. No?
I know that one.
Okay.
Turn off.
38, 42, 56. You
Turn
can say
on.
she's got a lot. Whole lot of Rosie.
It's going off the rails.
That got pulled out. That was awesome.
Let the train wreck ensue.
Disrespect. I don't know when somebody's, no, or just something like, when somebody's not.
You've obviously thought about that.
Yeah. He took mine.
Blatantly disrespectful.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Noise or sound? Favorite?
Tommy Lee's bass drum. Amazing live.
Which one or two?
I love that. It's just like.
Which record?
Okay, so for me, I saw them in the Coliseum for the Dr. Feelgood tour, and I felt that.
That's a good
felt
kick
that.
drum.
Like,
That's a good kick drum.
Sound or noise you hate?
I don't. So, dirt, like, and I'm talking in terms of when things aren't lining up rhythmically, musically, things are dirty. It's not clear what's being whatever. That, I don't like that. Like,
I'm going to change my answer to that.
So favorite
Not
curse
transposing.
so favorite curse word? Shit.
no.
Don't touch me.
I also like fuck a lot, and cunt cuts it to the bone.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that, but
Nothing about cocksucker. Just this. Mine was the okay.
I mean,
Yours was the only game.
Thanks, Mike. Everybody just turned off. Everybody just clicked off the stream.
A profession that you would like to attempt other than what you're currently doing?
I also feel like I kind of found what I need to be doing, but I've been watching those fix up the muscle car shows. We've been talking a lot about cars. I would totally get into that, man.
Being a gearhead? Yeah.
Like the restorations, taking.
I'm going to change my answer again.
Yeah, that would be
Got a future Chip Foose
like
shop here.
There's a creative element there. There's
Yes.
Those are art. Those are pieces of art that those guys are doing. Like some of
Absolutely.
those shows I'm watching, I just love that. That whole
And it's crazy how they come up with some of the stuff. I'm like, there's creative minds, and then there's what the hell was that?
those guys are amazing, man. I just like, I don't know. I like things that are amazing.
Favorite local venue?
So I'd have to go back in time, but I really liked the Electric Ballroom back in the day.
That was a great place.
That was awesome. And then I like playing places that are like outside because I can play as loud as I fucking want, man. And there's a lot of times when I have to like hit the brakes before I really come down. And if I can do a full rim shot and
that's a drum thing, by the way.
Anybody else in here?
Anytime I can get to where I can play full volume, I really like that. And outdoor seems to be like Roadrunner when we played there, or there's a place Lakeside Pine Top. The Lion's Den has an outdoor stage. It's pretty, and usually if in the summer the weather's freaking great, and you get a Weinberger and then throw down on that stage. That's where it's at.
Okay. Anywhere in the world.
I actually want to go back in time for this one too, because the Coliseum, Arizona. I'm an Arizona native, and I grew up watching Joe Satriani and Motley Crue and Rush and just all the freaking best bands perform in there when I was a kid. I actually got puked on when I was in junior high at a Rush concert, which was kind of an interesting story. But
that would be the sound you hate.
Right. But I would love to play in there. I know I'd have to go back in time, but that would be something that would be, near and dear to the heart or whatever.
Awesome. Very much. Thank you. Over to Mike.
Just about out of time.
Well, this will probably go down as my longest, but we'll be all right.
I got to say this, though. When you said back in time Coliseum, I'm picturing like the Roman Coliseum. How far back you were going.
Yeah, how far back you want to go. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God or St. Peter say when you arrive at the pearly gate?
We seem to have lost all the records in regards to you.
That's what you want me to say?
So is that a free entry?
Hey, innocent until proven.
Okay.
I think it's different up there.
Favorite word.
Favorite word. God, I've had like an hour to think of this too. Favorite word would probably be success.
Okay. Nice. Least favorite.
Quit.
He's doing pretty good.
Okay. Wow.
Quit right next to shut up.
Modern age philosopher. What turns you on?
Other than my lovely wife. Are you guys done?
Have you answered the question?
You know what? Actually, I have kind of a new one, and it's in playing with an original band that's started touring. It's kind of along with Michael, although I didn't write the songs, but getting on stage with people that haven't seen you, and just the challenge of winning them over and getting them moving, and with they may or may not have heard all the tunes, they've never seen you, so it's kind of a cool. It's not like playing like a cover thing where everybody's just going to sing along, they all know it, they're partying. It's that extra challenge of playing in front of people that with your original stuff, and I love it. It's fantastic.
Like the whiskey next week.
Like the whiskey next week.
Like the whiskey next week.
June 28th.
Did we mention
Man, I wish it wasn't
the
that
whiskey
far
next
away.
28th. Whiskey logo.
Turn off.
Transposing.
He's got a button for that.
Oh my God. Let it go. Yeah, anyway. Turn off. I'm going to kind of with him, people that disrespect. Okay. There's just no need for it.
No, that's favorite noise or sound.
I lived on an island for some time, so ocean.
Okay.
There's a lot of shit we don't know about.
Oh, you wait. You went to the last question.
Sound or noise you hate.
Probably the car crash sound.
I was thinking that. I was thinking.
That means something bad just
You
happened.
sick fuck.
Right? Favorite cuss word?
Fuckery.
Okay. Fuckery. That's a good word.
Country of origin.
And what profession would you like to be doing other than what you're doing if you had to?
Okay, this is gonna be another one's gonna crack you. Medical examiner.
Yeah,
No. No? That's not crazy. My wife's master's RN working on her doctorate, and at one point she wanted to do ME.
Your wife is taking it professionally. He wouldn't be.
Oh.
Be seeing what organs I can get to stick to the wall.
Playing darts with ribs.
It's not medical and it's not examining. It's fuckery.
Yes.
Favorite local venue?
My favorite local venue is probably House of Bards on July 5th.
Oh, right.
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson,
There's a
Arizona.
plug.
Wait, what day?
July 5th.
House of Bards, you said?
House of Bards.
Tucson, Arizona.
Speedway Boulevard.
Speedway Boulevard. Tucson,
Yes,
Arizona.
in Tucson, Arizona.
Place.
Yes.
Speedway Boulevard.
There's a Goodwill across the street.
There's Goodwill.
There's a Goodwill.
little uniform shopping before.
Oh, we could, yeah. I don't know what that meant, but I'm just going to roll with it, I guess. Oh, okay, sorry.
If you could play anywhere in the world.
Spring break.
What state?
I don't care. It could be
Are
Miami.
we talking Miami?
It could be
We
Rio.
talking Mexico? We talking
Mexico.
Brazil?
That's a good answer.
I'd love to play a spring break.
Yeah, Rio de Janeiro.
Bunch of dudes in swimming shorts.
Why did you? I'm going to be quiet for another 150 people turning off.
All right. Now, we have a person in chat that's asking a question. I had to get through all those, and I'm just going to go back across this way. If you could collaborate with anybody.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
You're a drummer,
I'm used-
so it's Neil.
I'm used to having time to
Oh, yeah.
think of the answer.
Living? Like somebody we could collaborate with right now, or?
Bring him back from the dead. If you, whatever. If you could collaborate with anybody, if we had the power to bring him back, or
Wow. First name that pops into my head, probably because I just saw something on it, would be Niles Rogers.
Now Rogers.
Nile Rogers.
Yeah.
I'm bad with
Okay.
names, too.
Chic, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
awesome.
Saw them when they were in with Duran Duran, and they were just phenomenal.
Wow, awesome, Mr. Rich.
I've been watching Beato interviews, and he has some of the coolest shit ever. And some of those guys, like the producers, the ones that did the grunge that you didn't really.
I changed my answer. Can we not bring
I'm sorry that I don't remember all the names, but some of those producers from all the great eras that he's interviewed, I would love to collaborate with some of those guys. And then the Nuno interview, I would love to make some music with Nuno, man. That dude seems amazing, creatively. His whole thing about letting yourself come through. Michael was talking about this, establishing a vocabulary and then improvising and then creating. It's that would be the whole thing. I would love to do that with somebody at a high level. That'd be great.
Nuno Betancourt of Extreme. Yeah, just wanted to clarify. Yeah. In case you don't know who Nuno is.
Okay, Michael.
This is going to sound like a really half-baked answer, but it's true. I mean, I'm really lucky. During the day, I get to collaborate with musicians in the studio and make records, and that's my day job. And I'm really lucky to be able to do it. And then when I'm not doing that, I get to be able to go on tour, and really, this band is where I'm supposed to be right now for sure. And writing the new material, writing the new record, the collaboration is I mean, I know it's a cheese ball answer, but that's kind of what it is. That's the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm sticking with it.
Sorry, guys. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but here we are.
Oh, hey.
Michael Vick, Escape the Hive, everybody.
All right, Conrad.
There's two guitar players of like the modern shred era that I would love to work with. I'm not going to bring back anybody from the dead. We'll let them rest. Eddie had his incredible lineage of music. But
I changed my answer. It's Eddie Van Halen.
okay, there we go. There is this awesome guitar player and songwriter by the name of Myron. He does like this really cool 80s like video game music, and it's the coolest, like super synth heavy, super shreddy, but his melodic songwriting, like line writing, he writes guitar lines as a vocalist would. I just want to pick his brain a little bit, kind of see how much of that I could be inspired by to write. And then Pliny is another incredible another incredible melodic guitar player that I would just love to be in a room and just pick his brain and write with. He's superb. Yeah, those would be my two for sure.
Mr. Paul.
Yeah, I guess if I was making a solo record or something like that, I'd probably a few artists I'd like to have on it. Maybe I'd love to write with Chris Stapleton, maybe Corey Taylor, Michael Jackson, if that were possible still. Even Quincy Jones, just to see what he would do with ideas that I come up with. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think those are.
Awesome.
Throw out Dave Grohl would be really fun.
right.
Sick.
I would like to just kind of hang out with him for a while,
Right,
and
right.
then see what we could come up with. Because that would be amazing.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah,
my doppelganger,
Wolfie
dude.
too,
I would
for
love
sure.
to do something with Wolfie. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I love the questions from anybody else in the chat.
Nope.
Questions?
No more.
All right.
That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Escape the Hive, right here in the backstage on with the Yeti. Thank you guys for coming. This has been an absolute blast.
I love you, brother.
I got your wife's approval, so I feel extremely special right now. Just so you know. Thank her for me when you see her.
And thank you very much for having us. We appreciate
my
it.
pleasure. Definitely. Any welcome back anytime. Just let me know and we'll
You
get
have
a
opened
date.
the door. You don't even.
Fucked up, man.
This is why I do this.
Where's the
Because I'm
refrigerator?
learning. This is like 44 or 45, but I'm still learning and still trying to figure out how to do what we did today.
Right.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know. This
what you wish for.
this was special. This was. They've all been great
Precursor.
interviews. At least that's what I'm being told.
We're
And-
gonna get back from the whiskey about 7:38 a.m.
Yeti! We can
We
sleep
gotta
in
talk
there.
about the whiskey.
We can sleep on this. Every client, we can sleep on this couch. We're good. We're good. This is great.
Yeti, break out the recliners. We're gonna crash in the studio till interview time.
Refrigerator with the booze in it.
Not yet. I got to get moved into the garage first, and that's gonna take a little while.
Excuses.
I don't know. $4,000's a pretty big excuse. But thank you guys so much. It's been an honor and a blast, and I look forward to seeing you guys on stage some more.
Yeah, for now, let's go start the Mopar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's go piss off the neighbors.
She says I'm actually their manager, but I don't say that out loud. So I guess I shouldn't. She says it was awesome. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Closing it out for tonight with Escape the Hive. It's not all right.
Oh, I know that.
And it's not all right to have to end, but we have to.
Here we are.
Right here on the Yeti Radio.
my mind is gone, replaced by other things, not for long. And the question still remains to be seen, but the world keeps turning in spite. In spite of everything that's not right. No, no. And what I think I thought I knew gets turned around and I haven't a clue. In spite of everything that's not right. And the world is at my feet, and it's time. But the world keeps turning in spite. In spite of everything, it's not right. Oh no. And everything I thought I knew, it's not right. I thought I knew.
It's the Yeti Radio with Escape the Hive in studio. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you later on the next show or the next interview. Stay tuned at theyetiradio.com. It is the Backstage Lounge, and it gets crazy up in here.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
Yeti.
Can you dig it?
Yeti. The Yeti Radio. Powered by DavidLeeImaging.com. David Lee Imaging and the Titletown Music Archive. And the Live 360